Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Your host, the Raven here, bringing you a short Path of Exile video. I just wanted to do a video about my hideout. I really like the idea of the hideouts they made in Path of Exile. One thing that I didn't like when I first started playing the game around 4 years ago was that before the hideouts, you just spawned in town. You had to do everything in town. So it's like if you had to change equipment or if you had to go to your treasure trove or whatever, you always had to huddle up. Everybody had to huddle up together, and everybody was piled around the storage box and stuff. And you might want to check out another player, like to you could tell by their body size or shape that or their stance that there are certain witch or whatever, a certain class. And they got some cool MTX or whatever. You can't tell because everybody's like packed up. And plus, if there's, it's kind of, and also it's kind of like like a bathroom thing. Like there's one guy already standing there, and then like you needed to go, so you just run up there. It was weird. So I like the hideout. The hideout, you can, if you need to take off armor, do whatever you need to do, you can do it. I don't know, and an odd sense of privacy, I guess, online privacy. I guess that's what it supplies or whatever. But it's really nice. You can customize it. At first, I thought it was like, wow, it would take like some kind of creative genius to like decorate the hideout or whatever. But actually, it seems like that at first, but it's easier than you think because you have to just do your own style. There's hideouts I've been to where there's nothing but like it's raining on the treasure chest or whatever. I don't know, and there's no other decorations or masters or whatever. So there's that, and then there's the ones that are just like amazing, like super detailed. Hideouts or whatever. And I've been to a lot, trading and stuff like that. I've seen quite a few hideouts that are really awesome. So anyway, I like the sense of privacy, I guess, it afforded you. You can show people who otherwise you would never ever see again. You can communicate with them, things that you believe in or value. It's a way to express yourself. People come over for help map, or you're trading items with them or whatever. They get a glimpse of you. So anyway, on that note, this is kind of what we're seeing here. Start off at the waypoint, obviously where you spawn in. I have palm trees there. They added a new effect into the game to where now the leaves disappear on certain MTXs or whatever. So the leaves will disappear, but it used to it didn't do that. The tree leaves would never disappear. So, but anyway, you have palm trees. I'm really fond of palm trees, and I live in Florida, so I really like palm trees. So that's why there's so I want to start off like here. Yeah, there's palms. Stash is here. Wanted to spruce it up just a little bit, not too fancy, but hey, it's where you keep all the good stuff. So I thought a little bit of touch of class or pizzazz or whatever. The two statues of the ladies, just because I like the ladies. And here, starting out, every master or person has their own kind of style or whatever. Zana, as I think my favorite appearance of all the masters or whatever. Plus, she's really useful with her. Do in-game mapping. She's just super useful. So I gave her a position near the waypoint, and she already has this kind of rose aura around her anyway, naturally. So it's like I didn't have to add anything. I just felt like just accent that or whatever. This time thing, this table, actually doesn't have anything to do with her, but it looks cool. But actually this was one of my first decorations. Like probably when I very first got the hideout, like I had like the stash and like maybe this table. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, that's been there forever. And since he's my favorite, you get to put it by her. Now Arion was my early favorite because he was like useful for Templars or whatever when you're first starting off or whatever, and he has like spells that Templars need. So yeah, he was really cool. Plus, he's a person of lore and learning and whatever. So surrounded by books, surrounded. This treasure chest is like the treasure of knowledge, that kind of stuff. He has a table, this and that. But yeah, when I first started off, Arion was one of my early. He was my favorite because at first Zana didn't exist when I started playing. They didn't have her, so it was just the 8 masters or whatever. Then they added Zana, so yeah, he was my early favorite. But then no, Zana took the cake. But still got love for him though. Varici actually is my least favorite because his missions according to my build and play style, were I found very difficult at first. And also, none of the gems or equipment or bonuses he sold, besides from his crafting table, really helped my class or whatever. So I was like, eh. And then, he, assassins, stuff like that. So, don't really, just not too fond of that concept. So here we have Katarina. She was another early favorite. She also has her own effect, and she's like kind of flying. So she was spooky enough already. So I just figured, add more spooky stuff. So there's old trees. There's fog and mist coming out from where she is. She kind of, and even though like this place is in like open daylight, still you still have to come to like kind of go in like the dark woods a little bit to talk to her or whatever. So everybody has their own style. Haku here, um he's down with the people. He's a cavalry warrior or whatnot and all that stuff. So you got the tribal area and not just tribal things, but like older style
Tell him Moana, warrior.
of life. You got dude fishing or whatever. There's a lady with a baby, that type stuff. I guess that's his family or whatever. He's fishing for his family, so that type stuff. Over here, Vegan. Um, he's not Hido here. He's not one of my favorites. After Forici, he's probably my second least. He's a second worst guy I don't like. But just because I don't like him doesn't mean that he don't get no love or whatever. So here we got he's about fighting and that type stuff. Um, and once again, his abilities didn't really help my guy as much. I'm a spellcaster, not a physical fighter, a melee fighter. But this river wasn't here at first. There was land here, but they made an update, and first they had like a medium-sized river, and I had these poles like at the ends of the river or whatever, and it was like maybe half this size, but kind of was the same. Then they made an update where they shrunk the river down to just like almost like a long puddle. It wasn't even a river or a waterfall anymore. And then they updated. Now it's like 3 times the size as it was before, and so it just kind of ate up, uh, just ate up the area or whatever. So that it's not like I cast them out into the middle of a river, but I guess it's this shallow. You gotta be quick on your feet no matter what situation you're in. So whether it's land or muddy water or whatever, you gotta fight. So that could be a lesson there or whatever. So here's Arion's thing, and I just thought that they're just really like this is obviously it's a woman taking a shower. It's a statue of a woman taking a shower. So I just thought that was really cool. I thought it was just really awesome. It looks good to me. Tora, I liked her because her quests were okay, and they give you more monsters to kill or whatever, and they were pretty easy to do. They were pretty easy to do, but they weren't particularly, what I'm saying, she's more like bow and arrows, knives and stuff. So although the things she sold or bonuses she gave didn't really help my class, she was useful. Number one, leveling her up early allowed me to get this hideout because this is her each hideout has a base. It's based off the masters or whatever. So with I think the exception of Zana and Leo, but every other master they have their hideout is their own theme or whatever. So this is obviously her hideout. So it behooved me to level her up faster so I could get her hideout. And I wouldn't this, and then she's been cool ever since. You know what I mean? So got her area over there, which they made changes to that too. But luckily, it wasn't nothing too drastic or whatever. And you can see just nature. She also has her own. That ray of light belongs to her. So, and I think some of the leaves belong to her. I think fallen. I don't know, but she has her own effect too. So, once again, you don't have to do much to make it look good. Anyway, this guy, he's the latest addition to the game, and when I first designed the hideout, he didn't exist. So it's like all of a sudden, like they're like, oh, by the way, there's a new master. So you don't have to keep all the masters in your hideout. I cannot blame the devs or whatever, but they did just prop him out of nowhere, so I had to find a place for him. Not particularly fond of him. As you can see, he's the only master I don't have maximum level. Never done much PvP.
Until next time.
Um, I don't know. I figure it's difficult enough to get through the game. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, why, be down with the PvP? Although it is a good way to test, the strength of your build to see, or not, maybe not so much test the strengths, but see the weaknesses of your build. I should say it that way. So, once again, no hate on him. So he gets his own place in arena. So you got a stone lion, dudes about to, throw down or whatever. Statues of dude, the warriors or whatnot. This, table, because he has to take, like, you got to sign up. And there's, like, I don't know, there's paperwork or something you got to sign before you go into the arena. So all that kind of stuff's there. So anyway, the river. Also, this lady here, she isn't a grandmaster. She's I like to say she's the map assistant lady. Like, what happens is, like, if you come over here and you're supposed to put this map in a device or whatever, but what if you drop it, or maybe the device gets dusty or whatever, or she asks you where you want to go, and that type things, works the device for you. So that's her job. She just helps you with the map. If she has a chair here, she gets tired, wants to sit down or whatever, and then the whole place, she's just free to roam around or whatever. So I thought that was pretty funny. If we had to have like someone who, because a lot of hideouts, you just go up to the device. It's either a cave or a tomb or something, depending on how whoever designed their hideout. But I figured somebody, it'd be nice to have someone, help operate it. So yeah, that's her purpose. So she doesn't have a name, but she just looks awesome or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, I like the piece that they changed the music. They added music to it. It used to be just like all nature sounds or whatever, but yeah, all Path of Exile is like fighting and destroying stuff, like hordes of monsters or crazy bosses or something like that. So I like this hideout. It's like there's nobody fighting. Everything. It's gentle stuff. You know what I mean? And it's large enough to where different winds can blow and things of that nature. So anyway, that's my hideout. I just want to make a quick video. Stay tuned for more Path of Exile action. Just constantly working on that build. Just constantly changing stuff. I made some changes I'll show y'all soon. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more PoE and have a great day.